Welcome to Off the Dome podcast. We're back. I'm joined here with my buddy Andy. My name is Lucas. Dude, how you doing? It's been way too long since our last episode. Um, I'll go into a little bit into that after you tell me how you've been.
I'm good, man. I think it's been about a month.
It's been a
Uh,
month.
it's been good. Mizzou won the Cotton Bowl. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. What else has happened? The Chiefs figured their shit out, kind of, sort of. They're in the playoffs. They're looking good. Personal life, holidays were good. Um, did we talk about Christmas presents? I don't think we did.
We did,
Last
yeah. We
we
did.
did. Okay,
Yeah.
so we did Christmas. New Year's was good. I went out with a buddy downtown KC. Um, something new. I went to Uptown Theater. Wasn't something I'd probably do again. Just wasn't really it was alright. We had, a bunch of good people. It was alright, but just not really my scene. Came back to Columbia, if you could tell. Different background than previous episodes. I'm not with the parents anymore, and I'm not in motherfucking Kansas anymore. So, back in Columbia, Missouri, the homeland. It's good to be back.
The motherland.
I'm at the motherland. I'm on my next clinical, down in Jeff City. Nice little 30-minute commute every day. That's going well. And yeah, just towing the line, doing clinical, starting to study a little bit for boards coming up here in a few months. Um, just living life.
Hey, that's what we like to hear, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a month. Holidays were good for the most part. Last few weeks, for me at least, have been interesting. I won't get into it too much, but there's a reason why we haven't recorded. And one, I was sick, um, and then I just needed some time away for a little bit. But we're back. We're ready to rock and roll. We're a month late, but hey, we're going to give our thoughts on the Cotton Bowl.
yes,
Excited to do that.
mhm.
Give our thoughts on some of the off-season stuff that's happening with Mizzou football between transfers, coaches leaving, which we'll get into, the search for a new coach, which we'll get into, and then we'll touch very lightly on Mizzou basketball because one, it's not great right now, and two, after this episode, it'll be primarily basketball because it is basketball season, and then we'll obviously throw in football news as they come. Oh man, Cotton Bowl champs, bro.
Feels good. I still need to get a shirt. I whenever they released the merch a couple weeks ago, I was like, I gotta cop me one of those, and I just forgot about it because life got busy again. But I absolutely need a Cotton Bowl shirt
I do
after a
too.
decade that we went without a Cotton Bowl win slash significant bowl win at all. I need one.
I do
So,
too. I'm gonna get myself one eventually as well. I don't know if I want a long sleeve like this one
yeah,
or or a hoodie. It'd be one of those two.
yeah.
Hoodies are my favorite piece of clothing.
I had this discussion with it might have been with you about how I wish that on the champion shirts it said who you played. I guess
Mhm.
that's always how it is in all sports because like Chiefs AFC or I guess Chiefs Super Bowls and all that they always show like the matchup
Mhm.
before the game and then afterwards they
I mean,
just
look, that's what this is. This is the matchup before.
right and then they say champions after the fact and people just don't really question who you played. But like considering this was the Ohio State, it'd be nice to show that we beat Ohio State on the championship. But I get why they don't. So
Yeah, this light is making me look mad pale. I might need to update my lighting, bro, or go get a
I
tan.
just
One of the two. Gosh, dang.
I just worked out and kind of back day kind of whooped my ass. But
Yeah, that's what I did this morning too. Was back day. Actually felt really good.
back day, I don't, hot take. I don't like back day.
So yeah, that's a hot take because I
It is hot.
love
I
back
know
day.
everybody and their mom that I know loves back day, but I would rather do chest day 10 times out of 10.
I mean, chest day is my favorite, but I love back day. Honestly, I
Um,
don't even mind leg day. Okay, this is I know it's super off topic, but you go into leg day and you might dread it. Some people don't. I dread it going in,
but then it's good.
and then while I'm doing it, I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I leave. I'm like, it's leaving leg day makes me feel better than the other two, but I enjoy hitting chest more.
But then you can barely go upstairs. So that's the
That's what I'm saying. Dude, I can barely walk. And then the next few days, dude, you don't just walk. You can't walk that day. You can't walk the next few
no,
days.
not even a bad that day, like the day of until you go to bed. It's awful the next day.
Yeah, you wake up like,
Oh,
damn.
dear God.
No, but no, yeah, I did back to the gym. It was
Yeah.
great. But no, yeah, Cotton Bowl, dude. I FaceTimed you.
Yep. Felt great.
I had a victory stogie. I bought it. We went to so I was in Louisville for the game, and it
Yep.
was funny. I've been waiting to say this. I forgot about it until now. We were walking into a liquor store in Louisville. I told you this, but for the people that listen, and I had my Luther Burden jersey on, right? Walking in there because I'm gonna go get some Kentucky bourbon. I wanted to get something that I can't get back home, and it's great. By the way, it's so good. Speaking of bourbon, still waiting on my bottle.
Yeah, I saw it. I went to McAdoo's the other day. I'm like, there it is. Yeah. So
Whenever you bring it over, we'll pop it open.
yeah.
Cause and then so I'm walking into the store and this dude with the Kentucky stuff comes out and he goes, "I hope you beat Ohio State's ass. I hope you dog mop them." I was kind of surprised. I was waiting for him to be like, "You guys are gonna get smoked." Nah, he wanted us to win. So that says a lot about how people feel about the Ohio State that aren't Ohio
Mm,
State fans.
yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" So then I went and got a stogie. And after we won, I went outside by myself. Nobody wanted to join me. And I lighted it and was taking a few puffs. And then there was a video put on Instagram of me outside with a stogie.
Mm,
And someone starts playing the Mizzou fight song from my big speaker. You can see in the background that speaker right there
yeah.
because I took it with me. And they started playing the fight song, dude. And I was pumped. I was pumped. It was surreal.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It just felt so good.
Trying to think. Obviously, I had a high school buddy over. Watched it with just him at my place. I was thinking about going up to Brooksider in KC. Didn't make it up there. Especially, I was like, well, maybe we'll go at halftime. And then we were playing the way we did, and I was like, I don't want to waste money if we lose this game. So I just watched it at home with a buddy. Had a couple, well, more than a couple of course lights. But anyways, um, I was down in the dumps, man. I mean, as most Mizzou fans probably were. Like, it just felt like we just need one freaking play to turn things around, which of course was the Marquise Johnson, deep bomb. But it just, as a Mizzou fan, as you know, as everybody who watches the show who is also a Mizzou fan knows, at some point heartbreak is the norm. And so it just felt all too similar to be like, yep, this is going to be the game that we lose to Ohio State's backup and we can't even score a fucking field goal. It just felt that way. It felt that way. We were being shut down. Ohio State's defense is legit. Like, I props to them. We just couldn't break through. I mean, all signs before the game pointed to we were going to take care of business. And the only matter of controversy was, okay, Ohio State's missing what? I think it was 4 or 5 starters, maybe one on defense, mostly on offense. Obviously, Marvin Harrison and Kyle McCord, who transferred to Syracuse of all places.
Oh.
But that was the major talking point. So like, all right, well, if we win, then it's really embarrassing from an Ohio State standpoint. But even if we lose, then yeah, it's because our backups are playing. But then it turned into, holy shit, we can't even get on the board through 3 quarters of this game. And I was in my own head, obviously, and I'm like, we're really gonna choke this game. We can't even score a damn field goal, and then I'll turn around. And dude, as soon as we scored the first touchdown, I knew it was game over. Like, I knew
Yeah.
our defense had them on lock. Obviously some of that due to the inexperience of the quarterback they had at that point, the third stringer, the true freshman. God, dude, it just felt, because it just, until that point, those first 3 quarters felt like same old Mizzou. I
Yeah.
mean, they were going to let us down. They were going to break our hearts. An amazing season ruined by just one shit show of a Cotton Bowl, and they didn't do it. They turned it around. They found a way, just like Eli said in his postgame thing. We put our fists up, said we're tougher, faster, stronger. I'm probably butchering it, and now the Cotton Bowl champs. God damn, it felt good, dude. It felt
You
good.
know
I
what's
didn't
crazy?
do that, but I just celebrated with my parents. Were watching the other room. They can't watch it with me because they know that I shit. And I was jumping up so much and down. My dad's just like, "You gotta calm down." I'm like, "You don't get it." Yeah. And my mom knew. My mom knew. I looked at her and she's like, "We needed that." I'm like, "You're goddamn right we did."
You don't get it, Dad. I need my Xbox controller back right now. No, dude, it's crazy. My thought process was a little different than yours. There wasn't a point where I was like, I didn't actually, not for a minute. I think we are gonna lose that game. Our defense played lights out.
They did.
There's one point though I got a little nervous. They had a big play. I was like, oh shit. But they didn't do much with it after that. So I was pretty confident our defense was playing just as good, if not better, than theirs.
I was more optimistic after Ohio State missed that field goal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they went up 2 field goals at that point, I was like, God, I don't even know if we can score one. But when they missed that, because I think we might not have scored on that next drive, but that at least seemed to switch the momentum enough to finally get things going in the right direction. But I just always revert back to same old Mizzou. But I know,
It's hard. No,
I
I
was
agree.
able to prove me wrong this year. So
I did that all year. It's like, oh, we're gonna Mizzou this game,
yeah,
and they proved me wrong every single time I thought that.
yeah,
Every single time I thought that they proved me wrong. So for the
yeah,
Cotton Bowl, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna win.
yeah,
Now my wife may have not been as positive as me, but I was keeping the vibes up. I was like, oh, we got this.
yeah,
Ohio State's trash. Like, get them out of here. This is our Cotton Bowl. And it clearly meant something to them. They didn't want to lose to us because most of their guys played.
yeah,
Their whole defense played. I mean, the guys that didn't play were injured. They didn't opt out,
right.
and everybody on their offense played besides just a few guys. Their
Uh,
quarterback, receiver, and a running back.
two of their receivers, I think,
No, Marvin Harrison. Oh, he did opt out. That's right.
Harrison and
Yeah, he transferred.
Fleming transferred. Yeah,
But their O line was playing, man, and we dominated their O line.
played. Yeah,
Dominated their O line.
yeah.
But it felt really good. It's still. I wish football season for Mizzou is starting tomorrow. To
Uh,
be honest with you,
that's
the schedule is looking favorable.
yeah.
Nick Saban's retired, so Mizzou's now going 12-0. Honestly, I was feeling. I mean, that's a long time away, but I wasn't gonna say we would beat Nick Saban and Bama, but I like our chances.
Hmm.
But now that he's gone,
Yeah,
I really like our chances.
yeah.
So with Mizzou winning this game, I've been wanting to ask you this. I don't think I've asked you this yet.
Mhm.
What do you think this Cotton Bowl win means for Missouri?
For the program specifically, the
Yeah,
university or like the whole state
just the football program.
football program. I mean, we'll come back to it, a year or two from now with hindsight. But I mean, and it's recency bias. But I'm trying to think about after our last two Cotton Bowl wins. I think what was it, 13? Yeah, 13 was the last one against Oklahoma State. We went back to the SEC championship the next year, and then after that, it was the Drew Lock years, and we didn't win another bowl game until this one. Um, But I mean, with all the recruiting momentum, granted, I didn't follow Mizzou football that closely a decade ago or even until this year. Um, but it just seems like momentum and morale for this program is at an all-time high, and that was just the icing on the cake. I think maybe a loss in that bowl game changes some, commits but I mean now it can only help, and it was the Ohio State. So yeah, they weren't at full strength, but Mizzou beat the Ohio State. It really cemented us back on college football's map, and yeah, I mean any of these past 10 seasons, even preseason predictions to be like, yeah, well, I think we can legitimately go 11-1 or 12-0. You'd be asking who your drug dealer is, but but now it's like realistic. I mean, yeah, I sky's the limit. So
I agree. I
yeah,
agree. Sky's the limit. I think the momentum before the Cotton Bowl and after winning the Cotton Bowl has been insane for Mizzou football.
yeah,
To be honest with you, the recruits we have coming in. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Um, but it's been absurd, and it makes me even more excited for next year. I
yeah,
think there's a real shot that we can do something even more special. I'm excited to see some of these younger guys get to play more. I'm excited to see the new guys come in and see how, they can contribute to building this new culture for Mizzou football. Um, I think this is crazy to say because Mizzou has a legit shot. Their ceiling is 12-0 next year, and I would say their floor should be 9-3, right?
yeah,
Um, and this realistically is like a stepping stone, or they're building the road for the future of Mizzou football to consistently do that year in and year out, which makes you excited. Now we need to maintain it, capitalize on all the opportunities, um, make sure we don't do something stupid.
yeah.
With that being said, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, and it's probably a segue to what you were going to bring up next. The only negative thing that has happened was losing Mr. Snake Baker. Um,
Um,
but even after all that, I mean, my perspective on that has changed since the evening that happened. Obviously, I was pissed off the second the news came out and the group chat we follow and all that. But to realize then that his wife was from there, I guess went to LSU, was an athlete there, had all her family there. It makes way more sense. The one thing that still pisses me off is that you know he posted the Wolf of Wall Street video. I'm not fucking leaving. And apparently he told the team and the staff as well that he was not leaving. Just to go back on your word, I hate that. I respect why he did it. Obviously, family over everything. But just don't lie to the team then. Don't go back on your word. But other than that, best of luck to him. I don't like that we haven't found our current or our new DC yet. But at the same time, I'd rather them take their time with the process than rush it and get it wrong. So all the other momentum has been positive though. We've got transfers. We got National Signing Day that happened. Um, yeah, I minus that one little blemish, all the momentum's been positive. So
I agree. Back to the Blake Baker thing really quick, and then we'll get to the next thing I wanted to bring up. That's how I feel. I actually had to mute the group chat that day because at first, it sucks that he was leaving,
yeah,
but when you look at it, you kind of understand. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it sucks. He said he wasn't going anywhere, and then to leave, that sucks. It hurt, honestly. It hurt a little bit because he was fired from LSU. Then we gave him a shot. He turned around our defense and then went back.
yeah,
He went back to his ex, essentially, is what happened. Um, and there's a chance that Brian Kelly might leave. Now, with
yeah,
the Michigan spot open, what's he going to do then? What if the new coach comes in and fires him? I don't know. It's a sticky situation. Sucks that he's gone. I trust Drink to find, that next guy.
yeah.
And the way Drink handled it, I think, was top tier.
Oh,
He
sure. Yeah,
So the only thing I don't like about it though, he's trying to poach like other defensive assistant coaches on Mizzou staff to go to LSU.
yeah.
Pretty sure one already went,
He took
and we took the defensive line coach. Yeah,
Peoples. Or
yeah, yeah. He took
yeah,
him, which really sucks
mhm,
as well. And then I heard he was trying to get someone else. I don't think that happened though. That guy's still with us. But I mean, it's like I understand it's a business at the end of the day.
yeah,
But if you truly respect, what you've accomplished and the person you were working with, then maybe not, poaching the people on him. Unless
yeah,
they reached out to Blake, if people's reached out to Baker, say, hey, you guys got a spot open. That's a different story. Obviously, we won't know that answer. But I'm just gonna go with he poached him, which that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But again, it's a business at the end of the day. And he went for the people that he already knows, what they can do.
yep,
But with that being said, Mizzou wins the Cotton Bowl. We finish eighth in the AP poll to finish the year. So Mizzou finishes top 8 in all of college football to end the 2023 season. I almost said 2024, 2023,
or-
2024-ish season
yeah,
because like the championship's like what the first week of January.
yeah.
So technically
We
it's
just started
2021.
in 23, but yeah,
But so that's huge. Top 8. I'm curious to see where they get in the preseason rankings.
yeah.
Not that preseason rankings carry any weight, but it would be cool just to see them like part of me doesn't even want them to rank Mizzou. I want them to not even rank us, bro, just to get that fire again. You know what I mean? But realistically, we should be a top 15 team going into next year.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna rank KU for no fucking reason.
Mhm.
No
Well,
fucking reason. Daniels is gonna get hurt in game 2.
yeah, they've got talent, but we'll see how they're.
They don't got Mizzou talent, bro.
No, I didn't say that. They got talent. I mean, you gotta give them a little bit of credit.
Their talent is their coach. Lance Leipold he's great.
He's great. I
He's great.
really wish
I
he
give
would
him
go to
that.
Michigan State or
And
somewhere.
and honestly, Daniels is all right if he
Their running back's really good too.
Oh,
David.
they're okay. Their running back, he's solid.
Yeah,
But anyways, back to Mizzou because fuck KU. Top 8 to
yeah,
finish the season.
yeah,
That's funny because my next thing I want to talk about was Blake Baker, but we already touched on that. Real short, sweet. We said how we felt about it. It sucks. We move on. Trust Drink.
yeah.
I mean, Drink brought in Kirby. He brought in Blake. Um, so I trust. It has taken longer than we'd like. And it's crazy because we haven't heard like, oh, Mizzou's looking at this guy or this guy. We haven't heard like anything.
No. Well, I mean, there's been all the rumors, in that chat, but
Yeah, I was just saying they're all rumors though. You know
until,
what I mean?
until they officially say anything.
No like official sources come out saying
Right.
like this is who Mizzou is looking at. You know what I mean? Which is interesting to me, because that must mean drink is keeping it under wraps, which
I'd rather have it that
I'm
way.
okay with. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that as well. I would almost prefer that.
Mhm.
Don't get my hopes up if you get someone good, and if you get someone bad,
Yeah.
at least we won't know till the announcement. But I noted this a long time ago. But Mizzou's odds to win the Natty in 2024, according to Bet Online. Okay. Um, can you guess what it is?
Um, who's got like the best odds right now? I
Oh,
know.
it's Georgia and Bama. Oh, it
Yeah,
was Bama. This was before Nick Saban retired, so it was Georgia.
I think like 5-1 or something.
That was probably Georgia. I forget what Georgia's was.
Uh,
Let's just say there's a lot of teams that have quote unquote better odds than us than you would have never guessed. But guess where we are?
30-1.
50 to 1.
Okay, I overshot.
Dude, I'd put some money on that.
Yeah,
I wish I had the list of all the teams. Um, I could probably look it up real quick because I want to read the teams that they have in front of Mizzou, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Because it is crazy, dude. I when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, I have to note this. I have to note this football NCAA." Um, well, they don't make this.
easy to find.
No, their app kind of sucks. I'm like, oh wait, here we go. NCAA futures. Oh, here we go. Okay. So Georgia has the highest.
Yeah, that's
Um, but I'm just gonna go over the SEC teams that have
that's
better odds than us. Okay.
Florida State. Yeah,
Georgia,
yep,
Texas, and the order I read them is the order that they are as well. Okay.
yep,
Georgia,
yep.
Texas, Bama, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas
Okay.
A&M. Oh, then they have Missouri and Texas A&M are tied actually. Okay, they updated it because Oklahoma was in front of Mizzou, Tennessee was in front of Mizzou. Who else was in front of Mizzou? Florida might even been in front of Missouri or Kentucky, one of the two. And I was like, that is absurd.
Yeah. No, Florida and Tennessee, no shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Tennessee gets this hype every year for
We
no
play.
fucking
Do we
reason.
play A&M this year?
Huh?
Do we play A&M this year? I think we do, right?
You on the road?
On the road, yeah.
On the road, mate. We play them.
That'd be
Uh,
fun. Too. My cousin went to. My cousin and uncle went to A&M. Kyle
cool.
Station would be awesome to go to.
I agree. I would not be opposed to going to that game if we could try to figure that out. Honestly, we should try to go to
That
an
one in
away. We should try to go to an away game this year. Whenever it gets closer, we'll try to figure out the logistics of actually getting that done. But that could be kind of cool.
yeah.
Make a little weekend trip out of it. But what we'll do next episode is we'll go over the schedule and give our predictions. Way too early predictions. Um,
If you got anything else left to say about football?
um, no, man, it's been a month, and it
No.
feels like we've kind of hit on everything. With us being almost like kind of like a month behind with football.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to spend too like I want to talk as much as I can about it,
Yeah.
but everyone's already heard it.
Yeah. Hell of a ride, man.
However, dude, what is fucking season, dude? Makes you want to cry a little bit. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah, I watching the Ohio State mini movie. I was.
Oh my god, I can't
We
even
gotta talk about that.
again. Yes, that thing was so
Whoever
good.
I've seen his Twitter account and like how he talked about. He's like, when I first made these, I hope a couple people would like them, and now they're this massive thing. Shout out to him because those things emotionally have moved me multiple times this year. The K
That's
State
what I'm
one,
saying.
Tennessee one, and the Ohio State one. They were all good, but those three in particular.
I want to see if I can find the clip. I'm so glad you brought that up because I want to play this clip for the
Well,
people in the back. Oh
Brotherhood,
wait,
yeah.
where's it at?
And
Where's it?
Eli's pep talks, man.
Oh my god, that's what I was about to do because that boy had me pumped up. Okay, I'm actually gonna play this shit because it goes so extremely hard.
Hmm.
About to get real bricked up. I'm so glad you brought this up. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Let's do this, this. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Take the floor, Drinkwitz.
Go. Hey, it's a hell of a stage out there. I want you to look at the person next to you and you tell them you earned it. You earned it. Okay? You earned it through a lot of hard work. You earned it through up downs. You earned it in the wilderness. You earned it when your brother was late. You had to fight for the brotherhood. You learned it on the bleachers. You've earned the opportunity to be here today to show the world who we are. They call them blue bloods because they've been given everything their entire life. That ain't us. We're wilderness forged. Forged in the toughness. Our time's over. It's our time. It's your time. It's showtime. We show the world who we really are. We are.
And for Missouri, it was a Cinderella season. Nobody thought much of them going into the year, but they won 10 games, best record in a decade.
Oh my gosh, dude. That fucking gets me fired up, dude. They're blue bloods. They've been given everything their entire lives. That's not us. It's our time. God, he's about to make me fucking run through the wall, dude. Oh my god, dude. Sometimes I could just wish I was a fly in his little locker room before games.
Yeah.
I just want to listen. I'd be around like, damn, I'm fired up too, coach.
Be like, EMG.
Gosh, dude, that gets me fucking pumped, man.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, what else can we say that we haven't already said? Hello, Red. Great season. I will never forget how shitty I felt at the Middle Tennessee game, being like, here we go again. Another shit year of Mizzou football. And boy, was I fucking wrong.
I agree, man. After that game, it was I had my doubts. It's like, damn, what the fuck? But they really turned it around, man. They put their fist up and said, we're stronger, faster, better than you.
Even the Kentucky game, man. We're getting yours married in Cancun. Can't watch the game. Following it on my phone on ESPN. And 14-0, down 14. I'm like, here we go again.
Yep.
Just lost a close game to LSU at home. And then that was the next game. And I was just like, son of a you-know-what.
No, but it was
Howard just threw a deep bomb and turned the whole season around. So
if you haven't already,
awesome, dude.
Go watch all the mini movies. Honestly, maybe there's like 10 of them. I was gonna say maybe one day we do a live show and just watch them all like continuously. But probably not because that would take a long time.
Yeah, that'd be a couple hour investment. And the Ohio State one's like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so it'd be like a 2-hour thing. But if you haven't, go watch them. I wish I knew the guy who made them. He killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it. He really tugs at your heartstrings every single episode. And it was insane. God, dude. I miss those. I'm not gonna lie, I miss the mini movies. Hopefully they bring those back next year.
We tried making a couple of them for basketball, like mini movies. And they were great when we were beating Minnesota and Pitt on the road, and then they kind of fell off because we know how that's gone. But
let's actually segue into basketball real quick.
A quick thank you to the whole team for all this year. I truly appreciate it as a guy who is finishing his 7th and final year as a student here at the University of Missouri. It was fucking awesome to go to all the home games. First couple were a little iffy, but just the K-State one I will never forget. The rest of them I'll never forget. Whooping Tennessee's ass to get revenge felt amazing. Florida, you got me a little nervous there, but 4th and 18, 4th and 17 to Burden, getting in field goal position. Mevis, of course, finishing it the only way we could finish our senior night and the home games with a game winner. I mean, so many memories, and it was awesome. After being here since 2017, some Drew Lock years, a couple Basilak years, I can't thank you guys enough for finishing my tenure as a Mizzou student, at a 10-2 Cotton Bowl champ season. Yeah, it was awesome. So thank you, Cody Schrader. Thank you, Brady Cook. Thank you, Burden, Weiss, everybody else. Darius Robinson, shout out to you, all the guys. Love you guys. And for the seniors going to the pros, wishing you the best. Hope the Chiefs draft you. And, just not the Raiders. Any other team I'd be. Cowboys would work.
No, please don't go to the Cowboys.
Everybody else coming back next year. Let's run it back and let's go to even higher heights. So
I sent you the Cowboys theme song, bro. We're not gonna get into that, but I hope none of our Mizzou players go to the Cowboys.
Rick Stroud needs to go home to the Cowboys and save their ass.
He can go play in Houston.
On a different note, yeah, no. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Can't
What
wait
a hell of a season.
Yep.
We can't wait to see the future of Mizzou football, and it's all thanks to you guys who stuck around and
Yep.
Believed in the message Drinkwitz was
Yep.
was trying to show everybody. It took
Truly
a little
cheesy.
bit for some of the fans to understand it. Not me. I'm one of the ones that believed it the whole time. And Drinkwitz at the beginning of the season, he said, "I don't want to prove people wrong. I want to prove the people who believe in us right." And hopefully he did that for the majority. I was a believer, so he proved me right. But speaking of coaches, we'll switch over. We'll flip the script, go to basketball. To be honest with you, as I hate to say it because I was actually really excited this year. Mizzou basketball is not great right now. Not looking too hot, which is all right. Again, I'm gonna go on a little rant here for a second, okay, and then I'll let you take the floor and you can give your thoughts. So I'm gonna start with this. This is Dennis Gates' second season as Missouri's head coach, right?
Yep.
First season, it was fantastic. We haven't had a basketball season like that in years. Like football, it was like football. We haven't had years, right? And it felt magical, dude. Going to the dance, winning the first round in the bracket, beating big teams like basketball. Like it was so much fun. Like I every Tuesday or Wednesday and Saturday or Tuesday and Saturday, whichever it fell on, I was just so excited to watch Mizzou basketball, dude. Like, and it felt really good. And this year, obviously, the team isn't as good. And I don't think a lot of it is the talent. You know what I mean? I don't think Dennis Gates is a bad coach at all. So the people who are fucking on his shit, they either one don't know ball, or two they're just impatient fucks. That's just the way I look at it. Everyone did the same thing to Drinkwitz. I was telling you just before the show. They're giving him the Drinkwitz treatment. They're like, fire. Some people are actually saying fire him, which blows my fucking mind, right? Even though I think we're 8-8 right now, or something ridiculous like that. I'll look it up just to confirm. Even with that, dude, I was just telling you again before the show that the top 12 player in the 2025 class is down to his 10 schools. Mizzou's one of the top 10 schools. When was the last time we've been in a situation like that?
I can't think of one.
And that's on top of the season what we're having right now.
Right.
That came out today.
Yeah.
Right? And it just blows my mind.
Yep.
Right? Yes, this is not the season we all wanted. Yes, the coaches did hype the season up like they were saying we're 8-11, sorry, not 8-8, 8-11. The coaches were hyping up saying this team might be better than last year. I get it. I get that part, being frustrated, coming in excited, like, wow, this team's gonna be better than last year, high expectations.
Yep.
Obviously the season is still underwhelming regardless of the talent on the team. Some of the stuff that some of the players who get minutes don't make a whole lot of sense to me either. I would like to see the freshmen. Honestly, I've said this so many times. Just develop the freshmen. This year, we're not making the bracket this year. Honestly, I would say we're not even making
NIT.
Yeah, the NIT.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's his second year now. If he gets all this talent that he's getting the next few years and it doesn't turn out to be something, then cool, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I think Dennis Gates is a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
I think y'all need to back the fuck up. Let the motherfucker cook. Let him cook, right? We were all on Brady Cook shit last year. I was one of them. He proved me wrong. Boy, balled out. Everybody was on Drinkwitz shit. Look, he turned around. You gotta let him cook, dude.
Yeah.
The best food is when you let it simmer. Let Dennis Gates simmer a little bit, all right?
What?
That was my rant. That's all I wanted to say is give some time. Yes, it sucks that the team is underperforming this year, but in the next year or two, Mizzou basketball is gonna be good.
Yeah, I think I agree with a lot of that. I think if Drinkwitz had not different sport, but I think and also Gates had a great, some will say overperforming first season as head coach.
Can I say one more thing really quick? I apologize to cut you off. So our basketball team consists of a lot of mid-major D1 basketball players.
Yeah.
And it's not helping, right? Now some of them are developing. Tamar Bates cooking, Sean East cooking. So the development of these players is there.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted to say there. And I apologize.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, obviously he raised the bar very quickly last year. We were on again, off again with Kwanzaa. We made the tournament twice, lost both times, Florida State and Oklahoma, I think. And then the off years were shit. And Gates comes in, we immediately make the tournament. Kobe Brown went from good player to amazing player to drafted to the Clippers. Demoy also got drafted. I think he's in the G League now. Anyways, we had serious talent on that team, and Gates obviously was able to develop it quite well. Like you said, was amazing to finally get back to the tournament. Not only get back to the tournament, but win a game. Doesn't matter that it was Utah State, dude. Anything can happen in March. It's not the same as these football.
Any team that makes the bracket, bro, they're like, you never know. Basketball is a game of momentum.
Yep.
It can change at any moment.
Right.
And to win a game against a good Utah State team,
they were solid. Yep,
they were solid. Was a step in the right direction.
Yep. And we won't talk about the game that happened after that because I don't like losing Ivy League schools, but it was still an amazing first season. We beat Tennessee not once, but twice.
Oh, the buzzer beater.
Amazing. We whooped Kentucky. We whooped Illinois. The KU game was our get-right game last year. This year we played them even better, which
makes no sense, but whatever.
It's now. But last year, amazing in so many regards. So obviously, like you said, the bar was set high still this year. We knew we were losing Kobe. We knew we were losing Demoy, a lot of the other seniors. But we still had role players coming back. We had Nick Honor coming back, Carter, et cetera, et cetera. Caleb Grill came in, and that's another thing I think I don't know if our record is drastically different with him in. Probably not. Maybe another win or two, because we have had some close losses. Losing him for an extended period of time certainly hurts, especially when he's one of our best shooters and just brings a lot of, not morale, but a lot of energy to the team. That doesn't help. And but I do think, like I said, different sport, but I think Drinkwitz this year finally turning football around, like you were saying, with like investing in them and giving them the time. I think that can only help Gates, because you have to buy in. You realize that these things don't get flipped overnight. Like last year was awesome, but that's not the norm. And this is a transition year. I've kind of just convinced myself of that. I think
everybody knew that going into it, though.
Yeah, right. And we were hoping that maybe somehow we could have a slight regression from this year, but it makes perfect sense that we've dropped off. Maybe not quite to where we're at now. I was hoping maybe we could be 500 team, but
still a shot.
Yeah, there's still a shot. They can still turn around. And like you said too, I'm still frustrated sometimes with like the lack of adjustments, or that we just can't pull out some of these games. Like South Carolina, we should have won before overtime. We should have won in regulation. I watched the end of that right before I went to the Dolphins game. Talk about that later. Froze my ass off at that. But they should have won that against South Carolina. I watched most of the A&M game. Was it A&M we played? Yeah, the other night.
Yeah.
They're keeping these games close, which a team that is not, rock solid with talent, it's impressive that they've got that fight in them, and that, they can still find a way to be competitive in these games. But I think it's just a transition year. I think the focus, like you said, shifts to getting playing time. It turns into a typical Royal season where you develop the young talent, because just trotting out the old veterans right now does nothing for the future of the program.
And I'll touch on that after you're done.
Yeah, I think you got to just get them playing time. Like you said, we've got a loaded class coming in that they'll be freshmen too, but the talent is there. And, hopefully this is a step back this year, but it's just gets back on an uphill climb after this year. And I don't know if there was anything else I was going to say about that. Illinois ass whooping sucked. Kentucky, but like I said, we're playing some teams closer than I expect. So hopefully they can turn that into some wins, throughout the rest of conference play, some kind of positive momentum to go into next season. But we got to give Gates time. And the problem with society in general these days is immediate gratification. And if we don't have it now, then fire his ass. Need I remind you of the Kim Anderson years And some of these people are saying, well, at least Kim Anderson would win a conference game. Kim Anderson, I don't think, did he ever make the tournament at all? I don't think he did with Mizzou. I genuinely remember in high school, I think I tuned out. Forgive me for all the diehard Mizzou fans out there. I'm pretty diehard, but those Kim Anderson years, I tuned out. I'm like, yeah, we suck.
It was rough. It was
And
rough.
I came back with Kwanzaa, and I've been back ever since. But Gates does not deserve that kind of comparison. I think we need to buy in, give him more
It's
time.
just the people are just gonna push out this great coach, dude. I don't get it. Like,
Yep.
keep your thoughts to yourself, and if it proves out to not work out, then sure, do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Yep.
But we're 2 years in. This is his second season, halfway through. So
Yep.
he's 1.5 years in. Give him some time, right? I don't. The players that are playing right now, most of them, like Nick Honor, like he's fine. He should be a bench player.
Way too much.
He should be a bench player.
Yep.
Should be going. Connor Vanover shouldn't even be playing.
Nope.
My problem with the team is, one, we still can't rebound, and we have 3 7-footers on the team. Granted, 2 of them one's a freshman, one, and the other 2 just aren't good.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we can't rebound. In our offense, dude. I remember when we were at the Seton Hall game, and I'm sitting there, Connor Vanover's in. I just remember this one series vividly, right? I'm not saying it's all him, and we have 5 players around the perimeter, right?
Yeah.
We're on offense, right? We got to score the basket.
Yeah, nobody's down by the hoop.
Our 7'5" center is not down by the basket, posting people up.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But that's all right.
Like sometimes they don't know the fundamentals of the game.
Like I understand, like, you want to play stretch so you can shoot the ball. Like, I get it. Connor Vanover can shoot, whatever. I get it. But you gotta move. People gotta fucking move, dude. That's how you get open. That's how you create shots. You gotta move. But regardless of that, Mizzou's recruiting class for next year, they are 4th in the country. They have a better recruiting class in 2024 than North Carolina, Baylor, Bama, KU, Texas, Arizona, Michigan State. All these teams I'm fucking listing, dude. Illinois, Michigan, Villanova, Connecticut. UConn's fucking nuts right now, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, like, I understand you want results now, and I get it, because I'm the same way. Like, I don't watch every basketball game right now. I'll just be straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Last year, I was basketball games at 1. Oh, I'm not making no plans. I'm watching the fucking game.
Yeah.
But I just can't sit there and watch this stagnant offense not do anything.
That's tough. Watching the A&M game was painful. It was.
I mean, but you lose, one player to the first round in the draft.
Yep.
DeMar Hodge then went to the NBA. So you had 2 players go to the NBA. You had a couple players go overseas. I'm pretty sure Isaiah Mosley's in the G League.
Yeah. Yes,
so, that's 3 players to the NBA/G League.
Yep.
I know Jamoy, Kobe Brown, and Mosley are all playing in the G League right now, right?
Yep.
That's huge. That's fucking massive. You know what I mean?
Yep.
DeMar Hodge was a mid-major player that went to the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think it says a lot about Gates, with players still, like top players still putting us in the top 10, shows you that, they are believing in what he's trying to do. They see the vision. Now it's just up to us to see the vision and, hop off his dick a little bit. Let the boy simmer, right? Mizzou basketball is simmering right now, right? You got to get to the boil, right? You don't turn it off after that. Some people don't turn the boil off. Just let it keep going, man.
I never knew you were such a cook, Lucas.
Hey, gotta let me cook too.
No.
But that's how I feel about the Mizzou basketball right now. Like, yes, this year's tough, but it's only going to get better, or it should get better moving forward.
Yep.
In our AD, we trust. She's a baller. Yep. She's a baller.
Yep. She's
a baller, dude. The stuff she's done for Mizzou is insane. With the new renovations we're getting to the sports complexes. I'm really excited to see. I know Mizzou football for next year, they're going to have new speakers, I think,
Oh, no.
in the stadium. I'm pretty sure they're getting new speakers, which is a need because we're at the game. They weren't like they need to be louder.
Yeah, and they need to switch up their third down song.
You don't like it, dude? I get hype. I got that shit.
I still get hype. I believe me, and there were several a game.
I got the shit on my playlist, but too many teams are playing it now, so I agree.
Yeah, mostly last year. I'd have one of my Bud Light bottles, and I'd play it like a little. Yeah, one too many times, but no, the song gets you hype, but they got to find something else.
I liked it the first year because it didn't feel like anybody used it. Then this last year, I feel like every game I watched, people were using that shit.
Yeah.
Like the Rockers game, I'm pretty sure they used that shit.
Probably. Yeah.
And I was just like, what in the fuck? Like, no, we need to change it. Play like Mizzou, hit me up. I'll give you a song to play on third down. I got y'all. I got a whole playlist ready to rock and roll. If y'all need a DJ, hit your boy up.
Well, like I feel like the selection is not unlimited because I feel like some schools have dibs on certain ones. Like I was just working out, and dude, Enter Sandman always gets me going. Kickstart My
Yeah, it
Heart
does.
always gets me going, but I think is it Virginia Tech that has
Virginia Tech has Enter Sandman when they come out. Well, they have that when they come out to the stadium.
Right, and we got Welcome to the Jungle, which obviously is appropriate.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they could find something else. So.
No, I agree. I agree, man. But I mean that.
They're gonna be.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. So that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about football and basketball. Do you have anything else you wanted to touch on? If not, I got to give the people some updates. And then we'll kind of conclude episode 10 of Off the Dome, baby.
I mean, the only thing I was thinking about while you were talking about basketball is, we had this was year 4 of Drinkwitz, right? Yeah. 2020 500 season, 2021 500 season, 2022 500 season, and then we blew up and had the amazing season we did. Gates, like we said, overperformed. Last year was, he hit the ground running. This year, it's kind of back to a much more modest, not so great season. Give him time. And the other thing I was thinking about is they're doing all those interviews around the KU game, and I remember him saying something about he was giving his props to Bill Self, which it takes a better man than me to do that. But he was saying he's had this program up and running for upwards of 20 years now.
Yeah, something crazy.
So it takes time.
So basically, what you're saying is,
yes,
let him simmer.
Let him simmer.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. People are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Let the motherfucker cook, right? It takes some time, right? Fucking frozen chicken, you can't just throw it in the pan and it's done in 5 minutes. No, that's not how the fuck it works. You gotta let it thaw.
Next year is also bad. We'll reevaluate, but right now,
honestly, I think if I had to give my thoughts for next year already, I'll do it really quick. I think it'll be better. But our team's gonna be really young. We're gonna have, assuming that the 3 freshmen this year don't transfer out, which I hope, pray to God they don't, and then we get the 5 freshmen. That's 8 players on our team. I think you need to go get some vets.
Yeah.
It'll depend who we get from the transfer portal. As of right now, though, let's assume that we lose players. We keep the 3 freshmen, and we got the 5 coming in. I think we're much better, but I think we're young and we make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
I think we're a better team than we are now.
I'd rather do that with room to grow than with more veterans that are still making mistakes. So
we need to get a couple guys from the transfer portal, but not like shit players. Like we need to go get some top players. And I'm not saying like top 5 player in the transfer portal. Just go grab some dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Help coach up the youngins, and they'll be all right, man. They'll be all right. But that covers everything that I wanted to cover today. What about you, my friend?
Yeah, that's all the Mizzou stuff I got. Like I briefly hinted at, I also went to that Chiefs Dolphins game. That was
we were both there.
Yeah, I forgot. I was didn't run into you, but that was cold. That was really
cold. That was
cold. I couldn't feel my left foot when I was walking back to my car. So I'm glad it's still attached to my body. Glad we got the win. Glad they got the win on Sunday. That was an amazing feeling. Yep. I really hope we can get the job done against the Ravens. If they don't, I think considering how this season went overall, beating the Bills was sufficient. Mahomes proved he can win on the road in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And this Ravens team is stacked. So it's understandable if we don't get it done. But if we do, watch out, baby.
Not that it matters, but I'm going to give my prediction for the Chiefs game. I gave it today. My boss asked me.
Mhm.
31-23 Chiefs. Just saying.
We beat them by more than we beat the Bills.
We'll see what happens. It depends on Lamar, but
The world already hates us, and some Mizzou fans may hate us too because it seems to be a thing these
they can
days.
hate us. They
Lewis,
can hate us. Hey,
because they hate us.
fucking MIZ and Chiefs Kingdom, motherfucker.
Yes,
If
sir.
you ain't repping those two teams and you're from Missouri, something's fucking wrong with you.
I'd have to agree. Yeah, you might want to go see your doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give everybody some updates. So, with football season over, we're moving our episode release date from Wednesday to Friday, 8 a.m. The time is still going to be the same. So Fridays at 8 a.m. will be our new episode every single week. Moving forward, it'll be primarily basketball, which we'll have so much to talk about. And then obviously as Mizzou football gets off-season updates with our defensive coordinator search, we'll obviously talk about that when we hear things, of course. But every Friday at 8 a.m., new episodes will drop. So you'll hear this on January 26th at 8 a.m. It'll go live. We're so happy to be back. We apologize for the people who actually watch and listen for the brief break, but it just had to happen. It had to happen. There was no ifs, ands, and buts. It was just like it just needed to be done. Again, the best way to support the show: follow, subscribe, like, share with your grandma, your mother, your cousin, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your side piece. I don't care. Send it to them. Send it to them. I promise they'll enjoy it. If you don't, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. We appreciate all the support regardless. Even if you don't listen to the whole thing or you don't listen at all, like whatever. It doesn't matter to us. We're doing this strictly because we love Mizzou. Through the ups and downs. Again, let it simmer.
I was watching New Heights last night, and they were talking about how if you do a podcast, you're bound to get free shit.
Oh, dude, I saw that too.
I was watching it with a friend. I was like, "We ain't getting free shit yet." I'm like, "Is that kicking in?" So we're gonna keep doing this until we get free shit, and then
yeah, dude. If you want to send some bottles of bourbon, hey, just DM us. We'll take all the bottles of bourbon. I do next year. Next year I want to do a bourbon bet. We kind of did one already between you and I.
and you still got to eat some fucking pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah, I do got to do. I'm so glad you brought that up.
You're trying to get out of that. You ain't gonna.
No, I'm truly not trying to get out of it. I'll figure out. I don't know. I'll try it. I'm just trying not to buy a whole pie because I'm not going to eat it.
That's fair.
I'm just trying to buy a singular slice. You know what I mean?
It's not pumpkin pie season anymore. You gotta go searching for it.
I might have to fucking make it, which would be the worst idea. Anyways, brother, that's going to do it for us. Off the Dome is back in action. We will see you guys this Friday and every Friday moving forward. Again, follow the socials, Off the Dome show, and everything to stay up to date with us and what the fuck we're doing. Whenever Andy decides to pay his debt and bring me a bottle of bourbon, we'll open it, taste it, maybe give a little review on the timeline. Again, dude, it feels good to be back. What do you say?
Great to be back. This was too long. It's good to be
yes,
back.
It's way too long.
Yeah.
But we're back in it. And how we end every single motherfucking show. MIZ.
ZOU.
See you, man.
Peace.